Well, good day, folks. This is Eric Rollins, the Constitutionalist. I'm excited about today. I love getting to talk to a patriot, getting to talk about how to fix California. And I am joined by somebody that's trying to do just that. He's founded a group called 511 Media Group. Welcome, Mike Harvey.
Hey, what's up, Eric? Awesome to be with you always. I appreciate the friendship, and I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk.
Oh, no, my pleasure. Look, California needs to be fixed. We are an utter mess right now.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
You were just up in Sacramento about one of the biggest issues.
Two, actually.
You went for AB 495 and also for the redistricting?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's tackle AB 495 first.
Okay.
So if anybody doesn't know, the drunken Democrats and Lord Newsom decided that because illegals might get deported, their fix was to create a law that has not gone all the way through yet, but it looks like it might, and it looks like Newsom, even though he's running for president, will sign it, that allows somebody that is not a parent, with no ID, no phone call, no check, even if there were still existing parents, if you fill out this form, you can, in effect, show up and steal a kid. Did I get that about right?
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. The crazy thing is the relatively small number of people that actually knew about this bill, right? And they called it the Family Preparedness Act of 2025.
Well, they always give it a nice fuzzy title.
Right. And the intention, the stated intention, I should say, right? Because after watching Mr. Frank last night, the stated intention was that they were setting up protections, precautions, procedures, whatever. Never mind you that procedures already exist for this.
Right.
But they were setting up procedures for periods of separation of families for times of detainment and detention, right?
And maybe even
deportation.
Deportation.
Right. So,
but it was written for everybody. It's not about just illegals.
Exactly. It's way too broad, and it completely undermines parental rights and parental authority. In
all ways.
Yes.
That person, let's say they were a pedophile.
Right.
If the kid didn't want to go, they'd still have the right to take the kid.
Right.
And now they have full legal rights to do whatever they want with that kid, meaning schooling choices, so they could pull them out of school if they didn't like it, medical choices. Yep. Yikes.
And where they live.
And that's right. They take the kid with them.
Right. And so
they could steal your kid, and our drunken Democrats think this is a good idea.
It blows the doors wide open for sex trafficking, kidnapping, abuse, grooming, and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So and what's crazy is, again, the relatively small number of people that actually know about this. So I spoke about this at our church on both last Wednesday, which was a week ago and then last Sunday.
It probably blew their minds. They bet they almost didn't want to believe you.
Oh, they almost didn't, right? And I made sure and called that out. I said, listen, I didn't believe it when I first heard it. When I talked to the pastor, he was like, no, there's going to be more to this. There's not. And when you look into it, you find out that there's not. But I said, how many of you guys in this church of 2,000, how many of you guys have heard of this? Can you guess how many people have raised their hand that said they heard of it?
Oh, if you got 50, I'd be surprised.
It was less than that. It was like 20.
Yeah.
Because so I was talking to a friend of mine in the ag industry on Monday about it, and he said, well, why haven't I heard of this? I said, well, most of the local news media, television news media,
outside of KCRA out of Sacramento, who's been great on this, which blows my mind.
Most of them are liberal, so they're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Most of the talking heads you hear on the radio are national. The only conservative news outlet that I'm aware of, no, I shouldn't say that, but the only mainstream conservative news outlet is Fox that most people listen to. There's OAN and Real America's Voice and some others, but you kind of they're not easy
smaller.
to get to.
They're thousands, but and in some cases low millions, but they're not the big Goliath.
But even those guys, they all focus on national news. Well, this is state news for California, right? So nobody's bringing attention to it.
Fortunately, a whole lot of small podcasters that are getting in some cases, 100,000 views. There's a bunch of people on Instagram that I follow that are absolutely talking about this.
Yeah.
This changes the dynamic. They're no longer your kids. Remember in the Virginia governor race when Glenn Youngkin won and he was running against, I believe it was Terry McAuliffe.
Yes.
And Terry McAuliffe said, those aren't your kids.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't a governor's race. This is the final two. And he's like, they're not your kids.
Yeah.
That's what the left seems to believe. They're not your kids.
But we want you to pay for all of it.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So right now they put it in what they're calling suspense, right? It's going to suspense. It's suspended within the Appropriations Committee. Now, what they're saying is that this is where bills go to die, right?
Not in California because they got an amend.
I know, and I'm gonna get there, but they're saying this is where bills go to die. The truth is they're gaslighting us, right? Mm-hmm. Because they knew, well, let's table this for now because we have all these people.
Try not to tap the TED.
Oh, sorry. we have all these people coming from all over the state, thousands of people. Let's not make this a thing today, right? So this is where bills go to die. I don't put anything past Newsom. I don't put anything past the Democrats in Sacramento or in Washington for that matter, but we're talking about Sacramento. And so pay attention, keep paying attention, and we're going to continue to bring this to people's attention. I don't know if you knew this, Eric. You probably didn't because I don't know that I even told you. We put together a whole packet on this.
No, I did not.
Yeah, we put together, and I shared it with a bunch of churches, but we can share it with your audience if that's okay.
Absolutely.
And that's it. MakeCAGreatAgain.com/AB495. It's got all of the points of. First of all, it tells what the bill is. It's got all the points of what the problems are and why it's a problem. Then we put together a phone script, an email script, a list of senators to contact because some of our senators, like my senator, the wonderful Shannon Grove, I don't know if she's your senator too.
She's also my senator.
Yeah. So I figured she might be.
But unfortunately, she's termed out.
Right, but she is against the bill. She's in opposition, right?
She's done a great job of leading the way. She's one of our points of light.
Absolutely. And she, by the way, as she is terminated out of the Senate, but she is going to run for Board of Equalization. So make sure to continue to support her. But I left her off the list because you don't need to contact someone who's already in opposition. We need to contact all of the Appropriations Committee and all of the others that are in support of the bill, right? So that's what we put together. So you can go get that, guys, at MakeCAGreatAgain.com/AB495, and we got all the tools and resources for you for that. So go ahead, Eric.
Well, good. No, that's important. And for people that are doubting us, look up what they wanted to do with prostitution in 16 and 17-year-olds. They decided that, no, that should just be a misdemeanor.
Right.
Buying prostitution, in many cases human trafficked, they wanted to make that a misdemeanor. And Shannon Grove is one of the people that led the way of bringing light to that. With this one, it's Shannon Grove, Carl DeMaio, Ali Macedo, David Tongapa seem to be leading the way, trying to stop AB 495.
Right, all right. Now, a distinction for those of you who don't know, I know you know Eric, but Ali Macedo and David Tongapa are in the Assembly, and then my friend Stan Ellis is also in the Assembly. It's already that bill particularly is already passed in the Assembly. Right. It's into the Senate, so that's why the list has the Senate. But that's mostly for your guys if you're paying attention and know what's going on.
No, I knew that. I wanted to point out that these are people that are going to social media.
Yeah.
And Shannon Grove, I don't know that she was the first one that did it, but the first one where I went, wow, maybe there is hope for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Because we've learned this we have to fight back. We have to hold them as accountable as possible.
Right. Well, and all of those names you mentioned, they're all fighters. Mm-hmm. Man, I'll tell you, when I watch David in action, he does a great job on social, but when I watch David in action, I'm like, man, that kid's going far. He's gonna go to Congress one day, I guarantee you.
Maybe farther.
Yeah. I stated the other day, I said, I can see him running for president.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
he's got that much fortitude.
Right. No, I've been very impressed. So the solution is you can't just enjoy your life and tune out.
Yeah. Right. Right.
We need to get involved And here's an opportunity. Give that website again and where they can find out more about this bill, whether they can find the numbers to call. Or, frankly, if you don't want to do that, you can also Google who's your state senator.
Right. So that website is makeCAGreatAgain.com/AB495. And all the resources are there. And then, like Eric said, you can also Google. Also, the other thing, I'm sure, again, you know this, but this is for your audience's edification. Pay attention on Legiscan.
Oh, yes, that's a great resource.
Right. It talks about all the bills. It gives a summary, all the paperwork, all the background. And this is completely, I don't know if it's even a government-ran website, but it's got all the details of everything going on. It's kind of
well, California is so big that there are actually a multitude of sources. There are just very few. There's no one big source aside from liberal sources.
Right.
Like,
Well, I think Legiscan is pretty neutral. Like, it's not opinion. It's just here's the facts.
Right. And I think that we need some of that, even though I'm very much on the right.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Ground News also does that kind of thing.
Okay.
That they show you stories from the left and the right and how many, whether the right's paying attention, whether the left's talking about it, and then kind of gives you what they consider to be the straight facts.
Yeah.
There are sources for people that want to hear, and I want to hear the left side. Not that I agree with it. I want to be able to counter what they're saying.
Right.
That's why I go and listen and torture myself listening to MSNBC or CNN.
Well,
or
it's
others.
not MSNBC anymore.
Yeah. Well, that is a small
backing
win.
Away from, well, I don't even, it's even a win. It's just like, they're petering out. Just like, they never really did much of anything anyway, other than spread a bunch of propaganda. That are just change it to MS propaganda.
Well, I think they should just call themselves TDS.
Right.
Because if it wasn't for Trump, I mean, that's where all the ratings between CNN and MSNBC, it was all about responding to Trump with what I consider to be largely lies and exaggerations and half-truths.
Right.
I would say some outright lies, but mostly exaggerations and half-truths.
But the thing is, Eric, if you look at the Democrat platform, that's all they have now is TDS. Right? They have no other leg to stand on. So, like, going back to what we were talking about before, being up in Sacramento and being on the in the hearing regarding the redistricting.
All right, so there's our segue to redistricting.
Yeah, and they basically in both sides of Senate and Assembly, they're doing it simultaneously, trying to get it pushed through as fast as they can. Of course, everything they're doing is completely illegal, but they're doing it anyway, and they're doing it behind closed doors.
By illegal, meaning there are rules that say that all committee members need a certain amount of time to review what's happening, and the conservative members are completely left out, and it's sprung on them that morning.
Well, not only
that's
that,
one
but
of the rules.
It also states who can and cannot be involved in drawing the maps.
Uh-huh.
And there was people involved in drawing the maps that had no business being involved in drawing the maps. So anyway, but during the hearing, all you kept hearing, besides David and Allie, really pressing, how much money are we spending, and asking all the right questions, and they literally recessed. And I was sitting right there, so it's not just secondhand information. I saw it with my own two eyes. They recessed because they were afraid of David. And they said when they recessed, they changed the rules. They recessed to change the rules of that hearing to give him less time. And but the whole thing is they literally, not figuratively, not metaphorically, their words were as close as you can possibly get to. And I got the video of it. This is partisan gerrymandering. That was said by the left. No. This is partisan gerrymandering in response to Texas. So we're not even pretending like we're doing things for the best of our citizens. We're just doing things because some other state did it. And the other big thing that they were banging their drum about was, well, Trump's an authoritarian, he's a fascist, and all. It's like, okay, let's get back to the matter at hand and talk about what we're actually doing here. They don't want to talk about it, and they wouldn't name names of who's involved, probably partially because they don't know, but also partially because they're not going to incriminate themselves.
Well, that's because people like David have done a phenomenal job of taking clips
Yeah.
from committee hearings and using their own words to hang them.
Right. Well, because their words are idiotic.
Or corrupt. You know, the problem with having a supermajority, and I would say that this problem is potentially a problem in a state that was a supermajority of Republicans, is the minority helps keep you honest.
Uh-huh.
That they sometimes point out when you overreach. And we've got a supermajority. They've got absolute power, basically. Aside from us being able to go and speak about it, because we still got free speech. By the way, the left, who keeps calling us authoritarian, keeps talking about how we need rules on free speech. But yeah, they've set up this.
Can we keep the left honest, Eric? Is that even possible?
I think there's a small percentage of them that could actually be honest. Wrong, but honest.
Okay.
But I think it's a small percentage. We're not. I doubt it's 10%.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just depressing to me. Now, we need to fix or stop this redistricting, because California had a ballot initiative, what was it, about 2015-ish, where we said we do not want politicians drawing the lines.
It was 2008 and 2010.
Okay, thank you.
When this all changed, yeah.
And now all of a sudden, we're going to spend $120 million, something like that, for the
Closer to 300.
Closer to 300. Wow.
Yeah.
I was told that it's somewhere around $6 million for the county we're sitting in now, Fresno County, to just run the election. California's broke.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah, and they've decided this is how to use our money, not attempt to fix the homeless problem, not actually fund Prop 36, which tried to make criminals accountable for their actions.
Right.
And that was a past ballot initiative that.
Well, when you drive out all of the taxpayers, Eric, what's going to happen to the funding for the state?
Yeah. Well, funding for the state largely comes from sales tax, property tax,
Right.
and even more so when we get into local.
Well, and income tax.
Yeah. Some for income tax. Our income tax is set in a way that unless you make over $100,000, you don't pay very much. If you make over $100,000,
but they're driving all of those people out.
Exactly. Yes. So, yeah, kind of crazy. Well, I want to go ahead and shift to how you're trying to fix this. Aside from putting together packages that allow people to be informed.
Yeah.
You're having events.
Right.
You're trying to get people enthusiastic about turning California red. You're trying to basically get those people that have been on the sidelines to go, hey, we need to fix this.
Right. Well, we're trying to bring some excitement. We're trying to bring some hope. Trying to bring some encouragement. And there's a lot of people that I know of, and probably you too, Eric, that have just completely withdrawn from the civic process, including voting. Because they're like, well, my vote doesn't count. Well, the thing is, your vote always did count. It may not count in the electoral college. It may not count for statewide offices, which, that's going to be resolved as well. But your vote always counted for where it matters
local.
the most, right? Where it matters the most. County, city positions, local judges, superintendent of schools, school board members, all of those things.
And even if they cheat, the cheat can be overcome.
Right.
We're sitting in an area where Devin Nunes was the most hated Republican in Congress. Sorry, Devin. Republican in Congress for quite some time. And yet he kept being reelected every 2 years.
Right.
So the cheat can be overcome. Don't let the fact that there's cheating stop you from voting. We can do this. You just have to get your butt there.
Well, and the cheating will be overcome because there will be executive orders coming from Trump regarding election integrity, regarding getting rid of the voting machines, same day voting, paper ballots, getting rid of mail-in voting, all of those things. So this is all coming to an end. And why do you think the Democrats are fighting so hard right now, as Newsom put it, to Trump-proof California? Because they don't want to Trump-proof California. They want to guarantee a permanent Democrat stronghold in the state of California. Because as soon as we're going to flip the state, it's going to happen. As soon as we do, the Democrats will never be in the White House for 100 years.
I won't go with 100 years, but years, decades.
Yeah.
Whether it's 100, I don't know, but decades.
It'll be a very long time before you see another Democrat in the White House once we flip this state. And we're going to flip the state. It's going to happen. The state is already red.
Yeah.
State's already red. We just have to prove it at the ballot box.
Agreed. So you've got all of these events. You just had one in the little town of Visalia.
Yeah.
Right here in the Central
Great
Valley.
event. We had a lot of
wish
fun.
I could have gone.
Yeah, I wish you could have gone too.
I was in LA on business, but I hear that was a jumping event.
It was.
Kind of what happened? Why was it so much fun? What did you guys talk about? What'd you do?
Well, so first of all, we always make sure that we have entertainment and good food, good time, good people. We want it to be a fun event, not just a sit around and let's talk, and people don't really want to be there unless they're like super engaged,
right.
Which we need the super engaged people, but we need the people that are kind of disengaged to be coming and like, oh yeah, we're doing something fun, we're doing something exciting. So we have live entertainment, we have doing our merch and all that stuff. We have some really, really good engaging speakers. This past one we had Shannon Grove, which everybody always loves to hear from Shannon. But I don't know if you know Casey Kale. He's a local to the Fresno area. He'll be speaking at our October 2nd event as well.
Isn't Casey, isn't he more Merced?
No, I think he's Fresno as far as I understand, Fresno Clovis area.
Okay.
And so he spoke at our event, which everybody was just enthralled by what he had to say. And then we had Stacy Korsgaden, who's running for insurance commissioner of the state of California, and she's phenomenal. And then I spoke a little bit as well. But you know the big thing is making sure that we have fun, making sure that it's entertaining, not just, sitting around.
Well, if you add those elements, all of a sudden people that weren't as interested will show up. But if you give them hope, now all of a sudden they're more likely to act.
Right.
I think those things go hand in hand.
Right.
When I first started this whole journey into being serious about politics, I'm standing there almost alone. There's just a few other people on the corner of Blackstone and Shaw. That's a major cross street in Fresno.
Yeah.
With a sign protesting COVID.
Yeah.
And I realized that because there were so few of us, we kind of looked like the crazies.
Uh-huh.
And we had a lot of people driving by yelling. But then not long after that, I found a group. And I realized, okay, I'm not alone. And then I kept finding more and more people. When you're around like-minded people, it strengthens you.
Yeah.
Being that
absolutely.
first person is hard. Standing with a group, all of a sudden it's a lot easier. And we need people to stand as a group.
Right.
Now we're down to about 5 minutes. You've got an event coming up here in Fresno.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this one.
It's gonna
I'm
be
kind
fun.
of excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a really good time. That's going to be one of our signature events, kind of big deal. Visalia was fun. This one's going to be 10 times more fun. You didn't get to go to the Bakersfield event either, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. So it's going to be at Fort Washington Country Club, October 2nd, 6 p.m. We're going to have a really rockin' band. Actually, we have someone coming out from Nashville. To
cool.
rock that place, yeah. And we're investing some money to make it happen. But I'll be there. I'm pretty certain David's going to be speaking. We'll have
So David Tongapaw,
yes,
local
yes.
assemblyman.
Yes, and if you guys haven't heard David, again, I fully support that man. He's amazing. You guys will be fired up just from hearing him. Casey will be there. I'll be there. We're waiting to hear back from Shannon. She's usually at a lot of our events. But we're going to have raffles and live auction and live entertainment, food, cigars, whiskey and wine tasting, and yeah, we're going to have a good old time. We're getting down. We're celebrating the comeback of California and the return to our once great state. That we are coming back. We're coming back in a strong way, and we're not letting down. We're not relenting.
Well, common sense has been abandoned in California, at least through our legislature and through our governor.
Yeah.
So whether you're actually a conservative or not, what if California focused on common sense?
Right. Well, and a lot of these issues, Eric, are bipartisan issues. AB 495, you don't have to be a conservative. You don't have to be a Republican to say, I don't want some stranger to walk into a school and take my kids.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a conservative. You don't have to be a Republican to say, I don't think 16 and 17-year-olds should be sold for sex slavery.
That's wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a little sarcasm there, folks.
So they're parental rights, big issue. The cost of living, homelessness, these things, those train to nowhere. These things are bipartisan issues that nobody's for them. Everybody's against them. They talked about, what was it, Measure C last night? Is that right?
Yes, Measure C.
And
that's a transportation tax.
Right. And I've seen down in Bakersfield roads that I travel on every single day where they're literally deleting lanes for the non-existent cyclists.
Yeah.
Go down from 3 lanes on a major artery of the city, and I'm sure they've done it in Fresno as well, and they've done it.
They have.
Yeah, they've done it in LA and other areas, deleting lanes for to put in. And really, what it is well, the state gave us some money and we had to spend it, or we're going to lose it. Well, okay, you had to make traffic worse because you had to spend some money. A typical government thinking.
Yeah. So again, no common sense.
Right.
So if they want to know about this event, October 2nd at the Fort Washington Country Club, how do they find about? Where do you? What's your website?
MakeCAGreatAgain.com. Everything's there. You can go to MakeCAGreatAgain.com and it'll be right on the homepage.
So there's like an events page?
Yep.
Or an events tab?
There is.
Okay. Well, Mike, we're starting to wind this down. If you could get one thing out of this, what's your next wish for California? Let me put it that way.
My next wish for California is that we change the voting, we get rid of the illegals, and that we bring our state back to its former glory.
I think all that can happen.
All that's going to happen.
5 years ago, I knew it was worth the fight. I wasn't sure it could happen. Now I'm like, I believe it can happen, but we have to work.
Oh, I'm convinced that it's going to happen, Eric. Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. So CA California.
Make CA great again.
Make CA
great again.com.
Make CA great again.com.
That's right.
Well, I sure thank you for sharing this time with me. And if you want to have some fun, sounds like it's going to be a great time. While I've missed the last 2 events, I've heard nothing but good things. Folks, get out there October 2nd, have some fun, get energized, get motivated to change California, because California can be red again. Final thought?
California will be red again.
California will be red again. Amen, brother.
I'm committed to it.
Then we cut down the time there so that